However, once you've been able to see the other person's point of view, your own comments will have to be drastically revised. Well, that's partly because now their sort of vague complaint is tightened up to a specific problem. Well, then you have to reconfigure how you're responding to address that problem. You will also find the emotion going out of the discussion. The differences being reduced, and those differences which remain being of a rational and understandable sort. If you are really willing to understand a person in this way, if you're willing to enter their private world and see the way their life appears to them, you run the risk of being changed yourself, that's a good thing. If you're involved in a real conversation, the way that you will change will be beneficial to you, but it's a challenging thing because it'll mean that you can't stick to the little, rigid framework that you had entering into the argument. You have to loosen that up and be willing to open the door and, change the walls of your house. You might see it his way. That wouldn't be good. You might find yourself influenced in your attitudes or personality. The risk of being changed is one of the most frightening prospects most of us can face. Well, imagine, so you're trying to build yourself into a fully fledged you. Well, here's one way of doing it. Just hang around with people like you who think the same way you do. And then whenever you talk, they just reflect back what you have to say. Or you can start putting yourself in situations that you're uncomfortable with. Pushing yourself a little bit. And you go out where there are people that aren't like you. And then you think, well, how am I going to get to understand these people? And the first thing you do is you got to pay attention and you got to listen. And then maybe you'll be able to interact with them. And then, poof, that's another environment that you've mastered. And then there's more of you, because now you can operate here and here. And then maybe you think, well, that was kind of fun, so now I'll go here, and I'll try this. And you go there, and you listen, and you pay attention, and all of a sudden, bang, you can operate there. And if you do that over like a 15-year period, you'll be someone who can go anywhere. And not fit in exactly. That's like you're invisible. It's not like you're fitting in. It's like you can operate there. You can talk and listen. You can gather information. You can trade. You're useful there. And you're not going to run up against people and risk unnecessary conflict. Because if you listen to people, you just cannot believe what people will tell you if you listen to them. It is if you can listen to people, they will tell you profound things so fast that it just makes your head spin. Because people are really weird creatures. They're like Dostoevsky characters. They're peculiar. They think in weird ways, and they have weird experiences and bizarre dreams and ideas about the future and political theories. They're just as crazy as you could possibly imagine. And if you listen to them, they'll tell you why they think these things. And it's not boring. That's another issue, is if the conversation's boring, you are not listening. Because if you're listening, the conversation will change so that it won't be boring. So you can tell if you're in a conversation that's boring, someone at least is not listening, and it could easily be you.